Welcome back to Talking Hip Hop. I'm your host, JustKeekz, and today's guest is Kai Banks.
Be bumping, I get them by the dozen from London to Dominican Republic. You feel me, cousin on cold, shoulders down to the toes. It's redundant to bite the flow, cause the jars are already on it. I got them astonished, gas like they ain't water, they shark infested. Check on my stocks, I'm a smart investment.
Today we're joined with Kai Banks, an artist carrying that nostalgic sound and integrating it into modern day hip hop. Kai Banks has gained over 100,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and over 1 million streams on multiple records. He's been steadily building a name for himself as one of the city's most exciting emerging artists. He's performed at the Listening Room, featured on the Radar, and is representing For the Tribe. Please welcome to the show, Kai Banks.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. How are you feeling right now?
I feel good. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm excited. I've been wanting to interview you for a while now. I did want to learn more about, because I know you're a part of For the Tribe. Mm-hmm. How did you first connect with them and become a part of the collective?
It's really, I feel like everybody kind of has a similar story, just in different fonts on how we kind of cross paths. But really the biggest thing is just like Kodo. He was the magnet for everybody. And he just met us all at different points. He was actually performing at my high school.
Wow.
And then I seen him and he seen me. He's like, yo, who is this kid? And he invited me over to the crib. He's like, yo, come rap. And then went over there, made some songs. And then from there I was there like every day. And then I think Insight was there the first time I popped there. And I didn't really talk or anything. And then I started seeing him more. And then Renzi pulled up and then Blake was there. And it was a whole thing. So everybody kind of just morphed together from there, and then we made it just to solidify.
So you've been a part of For the Tribe from the beginning?
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
From the time it was formed. Yeah. It was kind of like, it's crazy because I think the concept of it was literally being made as I was walking in the room.
Wow, for real?
I walked in and they were like talking about this thing, and then Kodo was trying to come up with some cover arts, and I grew up drawing a lot, so I was like drawing ideas of like what I thought it looked like and everything, and it was just like the formative. I didn't even know what I was doing, and then from there it just kind of formed.
Okay. So Kodo's behind For the Tribe?
Kodo is like very much the heartbeat of the tribe.
Oh,
Like,
I see.
He brought it up. It was his idea. Like he came up with it, and yeah, that's where it came from.
Okay. And I know you mentioned you're like really into art. Tell me about your shirt. Like it looks like, did you write that?
This is my merch from my my mixtape, The Kaibel.
Okay.
And pretty much from when I started writing in my notebook, I would just write "You will be great" in the notebook.
Wow.
And every single notebook I have, every single verse I've ever wrote, I've wrote that before. So I was like, all right, this mixtape is called The Kaibel. That's my mixtape. That's what the notebook is called. Every notebook I have has been called The Kaibel. So I just took a picture of that, scanned this onto the shirt, and I was like,
oh, nice.
I feel like it'd be cool for the fans to have a little piece of my notebook.
And how about the hat too?
The hat, this is my boy
That's
Una,
so sick.
Dying to Live. So I have a track on Oi Jetta called Dying to Live. And a lot of people don't know that listen to me that is inspired from my boy Una and his brand. And this is that. One of one, actually.
Where can we find that hat looks sick. I'm asking for a friend.
Dying to Live XYZ.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, everybody go find that. We actually just did an anniversary collab from Oi Jetta.
Okay.
So there's a lot of that merch out there right now. If you haven't got it, make sure you go get it.
That looks dope.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I wanted to also know, like, just reading the shirt, how important is affirmations for you?
I feel like it's very important because I think you are, like, you're able to become whoever you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always known who I am. You know, it was just kind of a matter of getting the world to figure that out. So it's just reminding yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because there's setbacks that happen. You know, it might kind of skew you a little bit, but if you're constantly writing that, you're gonna begin to believe it. You know what I mean? And that's, I think it's very important to do that.
Absolutely. And how'd you get your start in music? Like how How did that journey develop for you, and when did you know, okay, I really want to take this seriously?
I think I knew I wanted to take it serious. I've always been the type of person that's like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go all the way. And from when I started doing this, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be that guy in this thing, and I'm gonna go all the way, and nobody's gonna tell me nothing. So really, from the jump, to be honest, that's what it was. And yeah, it just started from freestyling. Then I started writing verses, and then from there, I was like, all right, you know what? I actually got accepted into college for like music industry arts, and then my music started kind of popping off right around the same time. So I was like, Mom, just like give me a couple years. Let me just see what I can do. And then it's been working. So,
yeah. No, I hear that. And also, like, were you pursuing it from young, or did it happen more later on in your life?
It happened around. I started writing when I was in grade 11.
Okay.
And then by the time I got in grade 12, I was like, okay, I don't want to work somewhere in an office or do any other job. This is kind of what I want to do. I started taking it more serious, and I met Kodo. And then everything from then kind of started going. I took a gap year, and then I was like, no, this is like it. I always knew this is what I wanted.
Yeah. You really locked in.
That's kind of all it was.
Okay, and I wanted to also ask you, because you said earlier that you met Kodo at your high school. So were you both performing? Like, how did he know you were an artist?
Yeah, so I was performing. They had called him to perform. Oh, okay. Because they had seen him somewhere else. I'm not too sure where. But it was for some like Black History Month talent show type of thing.
I know. I remember those in high school.
So they called him in to perform. His old ass.
Well, you're younger than Kodo.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm younger than him by a little bit, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, and Kodo's like, I don't know how old he is.
25.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm 26, so I feel old as shit. But yeah, back to what you're saying. So Kodo was performing at your high school.
He was performing at my high school, yeah, and then we met through that. And then from there, we kind of went, yeah.
Okay. So he recognized your performance at the school and was like, I need to connect with him.
He's seen the potential for sure.
Yeah. So it's like you were at the right place at the right time.
It was very much one of those moments where it's like, man, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to, it's weird. Because like, that's literally, it feels like, it's like a movie the way we all met. It's just all really like one-off things, you know what I mean?
And like if for the tribe, like let's say, you know, where do you think you would be if you didn't connect with For the Tribe? Because you guys built something so incredible, like all of you guys.
Honestly, it would be a weird spot because I've never... This is the most independent I've been in my whole career, this point right here. And it feels weird. Like I was just talking to my boy Soft Eyes, and I'm like, yo, like I haven't seen y'all in so long. It feels weird, you know what I mean? Because we're all kind of like doing our own thing right now. Obviously, we're still the
connected
tribe,
and stuff.
but it's like we're all just kind of focusing in on taking these next steps in our career. So like we're a little bit separated right now. So it's like it's strange because everything I've done up until this point has been with the tribe. Them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, man, everything we learned was accelerated so quickly just because everybody's so sharp in different areas, so we're just constantly learning. And it's like, yeah, man, I don't even know. It'd be weird to picture where I am without those guys, to be honest.
Wow, yeah, that's like, I was even telling Insight when he was here, like you guys really built something so special, and it's nice to see like emerging rappers kind of all come together and see how you all can help each other. And you have that like early 2000s summer vibe in your songs, kind of a little bit of 90s boom bap hip hop in there. How did you develop your sound growing up, and were there any artists you really looked up to?
Honestly, when I started rapping, I told myself, I'm like, man, all these songs that my mom grew up just like instilling in me, all like the Biggie records, Lost Boys records, Tupac, whatever it was, like those old joints. I was just like, man, nobody makes this anymore, and this is the best it's ever sounded. So it's like,
I agree.
I feel like if I bring that back, it's inevitable I'll be successful. So that was kind of my whole thing going into starting rapping, was taken from those influences like Big L, Biggie, whatever it was, and just really trying to put that in my own spin. And I had like obviously my modern influences, like from growing up being in high school with like the trap era going on and like everything from like Meek Mill's and J. Cole's, where it's more of a modernized thing. I think that's where the spin on it comes. But yeah, that was my whole thing. It was just like, yeah, I really want to bring that golden age back, and I feel like nobody's really doing it for real. And it's just like a special sound, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's rooted in. So, yeah, that was my whole thing. And then when I made the Kaibo, that's when I was like, okay, I actually feel like the rapper I was trying to be. And I was looking around and I'm like, damn, I know this project is special. Because like I'm actually writing tracks that like I wanted to make. And now I just feel like I'm living in it now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like you mentioned, you're 20. For you to be like even educated on like the greats before, because even at my age, people are like, how do you know the 90s? But for you to be 20 and still paying homage to Big L, and like that's incredible to see someone really tapped into hip hop like that. And also like when you mentioned, you know, those guys created great raps and produce amazing records, and you know, if you have that, mirror that same sound, you can kind of get like that. I see where you're going with that. And I wanted to also talk about like something that I noticed with you and I really respect is your attention and effort to music videos. Especially in like, I feel like in an era where like people just want quick content, 30 seconds to a minute reels, and to see you putting in attention to the visuals, the production, the music video. Tell me about that creative process from start to finish, and also like how important is it to you to keep that art form of music videos alive in like, you know, the digital era in 2026 where people are not paying attention to it anymore?
I feel like the way I look at every project that I make, it's like, okay, I can either take the fast route, have a viral moment, and be here today and gone tomorrow, or I can really craft something that lasts.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I want somebody to pick my record out in a record store 70 years from now and be like, damn, well, this is dope as hell. Look at the cover art. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Let me grab this, you know? Or if they see a video in Instagram in 80 years, like, damn, like, I want to make something like this, you know? Because I think back to, I don't know, one video that always pops in my mind is like the You Rock My World music video.
Oh, yeah.
My sister showed me that as a kid. I'm like, damn, bro, this is like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, and you remember things like that, and it like strikes a moment in your heart when you watch it. Like, you remember where you were when you watched that video, and it makes you remember the song. So now when I listen back to that song, it's like that's my favorite song ever.
Really? That's a dope song. I was listening to that song the other day.
What I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, and because of the music video, that song was like ingrained in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Same with like the Remember the Time video.
Yeah, well, that one is sick too.
You know, like it's just like stuff like that. You remember stuff like that. There's certain music videos that kind of just like stick out to you, like Ludacris with the big arm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that are just important, you know? Like, that's what the genre and the art was rooted in. So it's like, keeping that alive is really important.
Of course.
Sure.
And how about, like, so when you have a concept for a music video, what's next? Do you contact, I'm sure you probably have a team of people who help you. How does that whole process work for you?
I usually have somewhat of an idea of what I want the world to look like. Like when I was working on my project 08 Jetta, it's a cold, cathartic project, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew I wanted it to feel cold and like isolated. And then from there I just kind of hit up a trusted videographer that I work with. I work with my boy TJ a lot. Shout out TJ. Shout out to you, my boy. Pretty much the whole Kaibo world was shot with him. So I got to give him his props, because sometimes I'm just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, the song is dope, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Yeah. He knows what I want it to look like in terms of aesthetic and colors and this and that, and he'll run with it from there. But sometimes, like, I do have an idea in my mind. Like, I direct my own trailers and I write my trailers and I get into that. Just because I feel like a project needs a story.
Of course.
So yeah, it really depends. It's really dependent on the song, but I generally know what I want the project to look like. visually, and I'll go from there.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see it. Like, your visuals are dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you spoke about it a little bit, but I wanted to touch on it with you. Cable Live. So I know you kind of did like a performance rendition of your album, The Cable. It was inspired by the Chappelle Show, specifically the episode that featured Common and Kanye West. How did you bring that whole idea together? Because that was like dope, and you guys should check that out. But anyway, that was so dope how you like it. You know what it reminded me of? Remember back in the day, I don't know if you used to watch BET, but like they'd have those like music video specials. It was giving that.
Over this loot, the Van Rose, man hoes trying to sing along to it. Bando flows, dog on dope is lightest to a spoon, with a goon to a goblin.
So talk about that. Yeah.
Well, the whole Kaibu was like really inspired by that. Like I said, I became the rapper that I've always wanted to be, which was inspired by that era. And I'm like, why did all these projects feel so special? Why did it feel like it was just like the most important thing in the world? And it's like, okay, I can drop this project and just have it out, or I can really bring people that feeling that they had when their favorite rapper dropped a project. And I'm just like scrolling one day, and I seen Common and Kanye rapping in the kitchen. I'm like, damn, this is so ill, bro. I'm like, why are they in the kitchen? And then I'm like, okay, the food, that makes sense. So it's like the world was being built right there. And then I was just like, okay, I'm thinking about the Kaibu, and I'm thinking about what it looks like, and I'm like, okay, this is like something that I want to bring back. And that's something I would love to do, like the Chappelle Show type of vibe.
Yeah.
Or like just bring, because hip hop is just lacking community right now.
Thank you. Talk about that.
So it's like those were spots where all these hip hop people are cycling through, and there's a community aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to get on that. So it's like I want to be the one to like bring that community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really important, because I feel like, bro, there's so much dope artists right now in the underground, and I just feel like everybody's kind of doing their own thing. But if there was like a machine, it would be like, bro, we would be so back, you know? So stuff like that is, I just want to start a movement. You know what I mean?
Do more. That was so sick. And I saw like you literally did what you just said. You brought community. I saw John Kabungo, who we also had on the show a while back. I saw Kodo was there. Like you performed, like that was just so sick. And like even like this show is like kind of inspired by 106 in Park.
Exactly.
Like just that whole, we don't have that anymore, you know? And I appreciate that you're taking time to like think about community and stuff like that. And I know that for an emerging artist, it can be difficult building a fan base. And you've been able to build a solid, like core, loyal fan base as a Canadian artist. What advice would you give to artists struggling with that right now?
I think one thing a lot of people struggle with, and what I figured out, I guess kind of sooner rather than later. I don't know if I knew exactly what it was that I was figuring it out, but I kind of just got clarity on it recently. And it's like, you have to sell yourself before you sell the music. You know, people try and sell the song, listen to my song, but it's like, okay, if I don't rock with you, I'm probably not gonna want to support you. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to show the people like who you are, or who you're trying to portray at the very least, and people will attach themselves to that, and then they're gonna support whatever you do. If you start selling boats, they're probably gonna buy a boat. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you're doing, because they love you. You know, somebody that always comes to mind that's like an inspiration in terms of this is Vince Staples, because Vince is like, some people might know Vince Staples and they don't even know he makes music. And then they hear his songs like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? So I think try and let the people know who you are, and then from there the music will kind of sell itself. And I look at my fans as just like an extension of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that listen to my music most likely resonate with me. So I think that's how you build a loyal fan base, is just like-minded people that like you, and they're gonna support you, and that's how they
Exactly. Yeah, because I think you touched on something so key. You have to know your audience. You know, it can't just be, okay, I'm putting out music. You got to know who you're targeting. So yeah, that definitely is key. And what's a moment in your music career this far that you're like extremely proud of? Like, proudest moment where you step back and you're like, this is actually happening?
I think the coolest one, man,
I mean, you have a lot of achievements.
That's a tough question because I feel like there's definitely some cool shit where I'm like, damn, I'm a rapper, bro.
Like, yo, I'm a rapper. Like,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is kind of wild. But I think the craziest one, to my memory, for me, where it was like, what the fuck, when I did On the Radar.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I had walked in there, and it was one of those things where like it didn't really process until I got home.
Really?
Because I was in there and I'm looking around and I'm seeing all the green. I'm like, word. All right, let me record it, I guess, whatever. And I'm like, wait. And I'm like, I start talking to dude. I'm like, yo, so everybody that's ever done one is like right here. He's like, yeah. I'm like, fat. Yeah. I'm like, word. And then I kind of got home. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I was refreshing my page, waiting for the post. I'm like, yeah, that's probably the favorite one so far. But there's been some other moments where I'm like, damn, this is kind of ill. Like, you know what I mean? I'm really doing this.
Yeah.
But that one so far, that one stuck out because I was like in high school with my homies watching our like favorite artists be on the radar, and then I was like, damn.
Like everybody that somebody's been on there.
So it was a moment where I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. So that's probably my favorite one so far.
No, I hear you. That one was sick too. Just to see you on there, even like before I even knew you personally, I saw you on there. I'm like, oh shit, a Canadian person could get, like, it was just like so inspiring to see.
Thank you.
And let's shift gears a little bit because I know that you are attending Anti-Social Camp in New York, and Busta Rhymes will be there. It's the world's largest songwriting festival. Tell me about how that opportunity came together.
I had a homie that had told me that it was going on, and then I kind of inquired about it, and I heard back. And I was like, damn, okay.
Nice.
And then I started seeing what was going on, did my research on it, and I was like, damn, this is really dope. Like, New York is a really cool spot, like I was saying earlier. Like, that's somewhere that's always felt like I belong there in a sense. So now that my career is expanding over there, it feels really dope. Like, I feel like this is going to be one of the most pivotal parts of my career. So I'm excited for Anti-Social. It's going to be a good experience.
Yeah.
And just being in the city. The Knicks are going to be in the finals. I mean, they're up right now. They're likely going to be in the finals, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's just
and what is what do those festivals entail? Are you guys learning how to write music? Like, how does that whole thing work?
I got a show on the 8th. I'll be performing there, and then there's
nice. Wait, are you performing at the festival?
Yeah.
That's so sick. Okay, cool.
And then there's just a bunch of writing sessions. It's gonna be a lot of sessions. We're making a whole lot of music, to be honest. Then there's just networking events here and there. But yeah, that's
nice.
Really
so it's kind of like a networking event.
Pretty much.
And how dope is it to network with people in New York?
You know, it's cool. There's a lot of dope people everywhere. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. Sure. And you also performed at the Listening Room. I'm always curious to find out, how do rehearsals work for the Listening Room, and can anybody be on it, or do they contact you? How does that whole process work?
I'm not gonna give away Shadia's magic about the Listening Room.
Yeah.
All I'll say is, there's dope ass musicians that are really good, and they just know what to do as soon as you step in there. So I was expecting like a few weeks of rehearsal, but I got there and I'm like, all right, let's run it.
You know what you said, like, as soon as the artists get on stage, they know what to do, but that's what it looks like from the videos I've seen.
Yeah, it is like, I'm like, damn, I'm looking around, I'm like, y'all are like veterans.
Yeah.
It was a humbling moment for me as a performer.
Really?
Because I'm like, man, there's levels to this shit. Like, they really, like, it's on a string. Even if they mess up, they
keep going.
It doesn't even sound like they messed up.
Wow.
It's only the people on the stage that would know, okay, he missed his cue there, but it still sounds dope.
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
no, I hear that.
No, it was dope. I love the Listening Room. Shout out Shadia. Shout out Listening Room. Amazing.
I still gotta go to one.
I'm so happy that I'm part of like the Listening Room family, because I think it's gonna like take over.
Oh, it's already taken over.
I know, it's like
it's like from what it started to and what it is now, it's only gonna go up. So definitely shout out the Listening Room. And you also have over 1 million streams on multiple records on Spotify. Big up yourself. I think that's like huge. And also, as an independent artist from Canada to do that, like, that's those numbers are kind of unheard of or difficult to achieve when you're from here where opportunities are a bit limited. So how'd you get to that point?
To be honest, it was just trial and error for a long time. I was trying to promote myself and didn't know what I was doing. And then honestly, it's always, people always say this, but it's the video that you don't expect that goes every single time. And it was just the collective amount of just like failing. I don't, you know what, I take that back. I don't like to count it as failing. I see it as progression. No matter I see it as like no matter what you're doing, even if it doesn't do what you expected it to do, it's still a step.
Because at least
forward,
you still tried, right?
You know? And I'm just a relentless dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep trying. And like I know what I have. Like I said, like I've always known who I am. It's just a matter of showing the world and letting them catch up, you know? So it was just a matter of just being persistent and understanding who I am and just trying different posts and posting. I post every single day. I don't miss a day.
I love that about you. I've been trying to do the same. Give me some tips. It's so
honestly,
hard.
It's just like, I think people overthink it too much. It's like,
I'm
man,
definitely
like
one of those
if I look at it like this, I'm like, okay, I'm an independent artist in the 90s, right? I have a run of CDs that I just burnt. I'm either gonna sit on my ass and let the CDs collect dust. I'm going out in the street and I'm pushing this CD to everybody that's out there. Listen to my mixtape. Why would I sit in my room with this dope ass mixtape that I know I can get something with and just not promote it, you know? So it's just, I don't know. I've always been like that. Even when I played basketball, it was just like, I want to be the best. I'm gonna work for it. You gotta work for it. That's just all it is. So persistence.
Do you feel like when you said you have CDs, are you comparing like back in the 90s when they had a mixtape, how they go everywhere to...
Exactly.
You're comparing that to like posting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a good analogy.
Marketing is marketing.
Yeah,
you know
it's a good analogy.
Like, I remember I read 50 Cent's book a few years back, and he was talking about just marketing and how he would market himself. And he leaked his own mixtape back in early 2000s.
Wait, he leaked his own?
So he went up to all the bootleggers in New York. Well, he didn't, but his team did.
Okay.
I was like, this is that new 50 Cent. Y'all go sell this. It's dropping in a month. And then the streets heard the whole mixtape a whole month before, and everybody's spinning that shit. So when it came out, everybody's already talking about it. All the hype is built. So it's just like, you got to be smart in how you market yourself and think outside the box. You see everybody posting ABC. You know what I'm saying? You don't try, maybe you can build off of that, but put your own spin on it.
100%.
So it's just like, you got to think creatively, and marketing is marketing. Like if you don't want to put the work in, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's your business. That's the way I look at it. I've always kind of looked at it like that. But yeah, you gotta market.
No, 100%, because, and another thing too is in this era where we're being shown like millions of like things online, people forget about you quickly. So you got to make sure you're reminding them about who you are and being consistent. So I definitely hear that. Yeah,
it's not even a matter of like reminding people. It's just giving people something that sticks. You know, if you probably couldn't tell me 20 things you saw on your algorithm today. You know, you could probably tell me one or two, but they stuck out for some reason. It was something that resonated with you, you know? So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, just trying to like stand out in the crowd, kind of. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And so I wanted to ask you, what can people expect from Kai Banks? What new projects, unreleased? What kind of stuff you got going on?
I'm working on a little project right now. Just an EP for this year. I won't say when. I won't say too much.
Okay.
But I also have a single dropping June 4th. 21 Freestyle is called. It's my birthday, actually.
Nice.
But yeah, that'll be coming out. And that's all I'm going to say for
That's
right
just
now.
next week.
Yeah.
That's coming out soon.
It's coming out real soon. So I'm not sure if this will be out by then.
I'm going to try.
If it's already out, go stream that. If it's not, pre-save it, whatever you got to do. But yeah.
Sick. And let's shift gears and talk about your latest album, Jetta, Road to Glory Cut. What was the vision behind the album, and what can listeners take away from it?
Jetta was, like I said, it was a very like cold, cathartic project, I feel. Road to Glory cut was just the deluxe where I added the live versions. Because
okay.
that's what really blew that project up, was the live version with the jazz band. And then from there, I was waiting. I was getting put it on streaming when it first popped, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just make a moment out of the 1 year, just because like it brought so much into my life. So yeah, Oh Wait Jetta was just me really using that as an introduction to the world. That's like kind of where it starts. That's in my discography. I see the eras. You know, like I see where I want to take it, and that's where my discography starts. That's why the intro track is Where Do I Start? And it's gonna be like the beginning of my journey.
Wow.
So it's just like, it's like my hello world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I was at the time. I was dealing with a lot while trying to pursue this, and all the pressures that was coming with that. And it's really just like a motivator, just to like, you know, keep going.
No, I hear that. I like that when you're making music from a place of like, this is happening to me right now. I'm gonna make this, and if you're going through the same thing, maybe you can relate. I think music like that's more touching.
You know, because it's just, I heard somewhere, somebody said music is just time decorated. So I was like, ever since I heard that, I'm like, you know what? I love that. And I feel like it's crazy because you can trap literally who you were in an album. So it's like, if you are going through this and you feel like nobody else can relate or help you through it, it's like, this is me at this time, and I'm here now. So like, you can do it.
Wow,
you know
I like that. Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it. 'Cause it's literally, I was struggling during that point in time, you know what I mean? So it's like, I put it all in there. You can feel that when you listen to it front to back. So it's like, that's important to me.
Of course it is. And looking back on stuff that, like, just like you said earlier about Michael Jackson, the fact that he's been gone for over a decade and we're still talking about him and we're still listening to that, you know, the music as if it came out. And this came out before we were born, you know what I mean? So longevity and making music that really makes you feel something is really important. So I did want to ask you, where can people tap in, follow you, stream your music, all that good stuff?
People can follow me on Instagram, KA1 Banks, like you're making a deposit. Spotify, Kai Banks, Apple Music, Kai Banks. It's gonna be the same everywhere. But yeah, that's how you find me.
Hey, make sure you check out Kai Banks. He has this track releasing on June 1st. So
June 4th.
4th. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I got time to
You
edit
good,
this.
you good.
I said it was like June 1st. June 4th. Make sure you check out that. And if you're not already keeping up with us, you can follow us on social media at Talkin Hip Hop Show. That's Talking without the G, Hip Hop Show. And check our website out, www.talkinhiphop.com. I'm your host, JustKeekz. And until next time, keep talking hip hop. Peace.
Hands on deck till you walking out with calluses. Ballin' like a Laker, took an L, but got an A. I'm staying focused on my grades, a motherfucker always pass me. Blood, sweat, and tears, persevere, I'm always passionate.